Steven Universe. Canned spaghetti sauce with beef, served cold out of the can. Brioche buns. Thus is the summit of my capacity for self-care today. That's it. That's the plan. Have something to eat that I enjoy. Would have enjoyed it more if there was a camp kitchen to cook it. Steven Universe, which I know I enjoy. Dark space, which I know I enjoy. Hopefully it's not going to get too hot in here today, because I have nowhere else to go, nowhere else to be, and no desire or energy to do either of those things, even if I did. I don't know, later today, I might try and share something with you guys, but this is how the day starts. This new mattress sucks, by the way. Really, really not good. Shouldn't even be able to call it a mattress. Whatever. Spaghetti sauce, brioche, Steven Universe.
Oh, no. They're not for me. It's for Garnet, Amethyst, and Pearl.
Okay. So as it turns out, I do not have any stories I want to share with you or anything like that. Today, I actually got the quiet day in, I suppose, that I tried to have a couple of days ago. But no construction noise this time to drive me slowly to the end of my wits. Really, really quiet where I am, which has been very pleasant. I spent the entire day, well, not quite the entire day yet. The sun's a couple of hours from going down, I guess. But I've stepped outside of the van exactly twice. Once first thing in the morning to shower and, etc. And once to take a leak. The entire rest of the day, I've just been lying right there, watching Steven Universe, and occasionally having a sip of water. I don't feel better. Like, I still feel really low energy. But at the very least, I don't feel on the verge of falling to pieces anymore. I feel more relaxed. I feel calmer. But yeah, still finding it hard to concentrate. Still feeling really, really low energy. Tried to make some plans and think about medium-term plans, and just got frustrated by it. And a few of you have been leaving comments talking about that, saying, "Oh, all you need to do is make a plan, set some goals, etc., etc., etc." And that would be good. Of course, it would be something to work towards. But the people who are suggesting that, I need you to understand that when you are in a depressive episode, bipolar, or one of the other depressive disorders, you get robbed of that ability to want to make plans because you don't have any hope for the future. You get robbed of the ability because you just don't have the energy to do that. You get robbed of that ability because you just don't have the ability to concentrate properly, to think about that stuff. And you get robbed of that ability because you think, what's the fucking point? it's more difficult than you're making it out to be. And I know full well that if you've never actually suffered any form of major clinical depression, you can't imagine what that's like. It's like trying to explain quantum physics to a parrot. There's no frame of reference. The parrot might know a few dozen words. They might even respond to you when you ask them specific questions. You know, the clever African greys and stuff like that. You can teach them how to identify objects. You know, what's this made out of? It's metal. What is it? It's a bowl. You know, they're pretty clever birds. But there is no way you could get them to understand quantum physics, no matter how long you sat with them. It's a rough analogy, right? All I'm trying to say is, and I know it's an annoying thing to hear. It's like when parents say, oh, you don't get to have an opinion on how to raise kids until you've had your own kids. It's that kind of thing. But unless you've lived through it, if someone tells you it's not that fucking easy, your job then is to believe them, not to try and argue against them. Because that's really frustrating, having your personal experience be dismissed like that, just because you can't imagine how difficult it is. Doesn't mean it's not difficult. So, I guess, like with some of the things I've been talking about in some of these vlogs, some of it is trying to give you a frame of reference to understand what, you know, people like me go through, live with, survive. Some of it is simply telling you you're probably never gonna get it, and God willing you never will, because, you know, your life will be easier if you never had to have the lived experience to give you the context, you know what I mean? But the other part is listen. You want to know something really weird though? I'm in Melbourne now, like been in and around Melbourne for the last few days, and you know, one of the things I said when I started this was I want to go down the Melbourne way to, you know, see some friends that live here, some of my best friends in the world, oldest friends. But I haven't been able to bring myself to talk to them about this. Like, they know about the, you know, homeless in a van thing, but I just, there's some sort of block that's stopping me from, you know, sending a message saying, hey, you got time to catch up soon? Because I don't know what that conversation is going to be. Like, these are the people, you know, I trust and love, and it's just going to be weird. Because, well, you know, what are we going to say? You know, they're not in a position to, like, open their homes to me or anything. I don't want to be that in position anyway, but I know for a fact that there's, you know, there's not room. But I do feel like a bit of an idiot sitting here. You know, I could drive to wherever they are with, you know, within an hour or two easily, and I just won't, can't, and I don't understand why, and that's a bit frustrating. Anyway, that's me for today. Thank you again to those of you who keep offering support with the likes, with the comments, with the super chats, with the PayPal, and the Patreon. That more direct support is lifting some of the burden. I don't know if it's making things easier, but it's stopping certain things from being more difficult, I suppose, is the best way to put it. I really, really do appreciate it. And it has made a notable and significant difference to many aspects of this. Yeah, I don't know what tomorrow's going to hold either. Like I said, planning even more than a day ahead has been tricky. Trying to set side quests, like we were talking about a few videos ago. I don't know, man. It's getting pretty hard to hold on to hope. See you tomorrow.